Well, hello there. We are currently waiting for our guest. Hi, how are you doing? Um, you're not the guest we're waiting for,
Well,
by the
hello
way.
there.
Um,
Do you have a sound check?
we have a sound check. We are making sounds, which is good. Here,
And you're getting attacked.
enjoy some kitty purrs. All right, so we are waiting for.
I'm not certain of the status.
Mr. Freeland of Empire CBD. I had sent the link off to his business page because that's the one that accepted the friend request,
Okay.
not him himself. So I mean that's what I had.
We're
to go
just waiting then.
on.
But yeah, he checked out of Facebook, so he's probably over there checking that other.
He may be somewhere.
He may be somewhere out there. James, hello.
James of J&J. J&J what? J&J what? It's J&J.
Oh,
Retailers.
That's
Empire CBD.
Yeah.
J&J Retailers. Empire CBD from Syracuse, New York.
Yeah.
Here,
Now.
let me do announcer voice.
Yes, announcer voice.
J&J Retailers at Empire CBD. James Freedland. Are you there? So today's feature, Focus Friday. And yeah, we're just waiting on our guest.
Yeah, I've known James for quite a many year. We started doing radio together about 13 years ago, and he was my first co-host, my first victim. No. He's one of the best in the business, and he's been a part of it for a good number of years. He also has been a part of cannabis activism and education, and he's been doing a lot of wonderful things in that area of everything from advocacy to speaking engagements to
Oh, by the way, I have a fun story about all of this. Today, I made reference to how I have a sound chick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And someone was like, you know how we can tell you're old because you use the word chick? I was like, it's a pun on sound check, you idiot, but whatever.
They should have. I mean, did they even raise a brow at the name, the Bard and Broad?
Well,
that's even more
old.
Start calling me a dame.
Wench.
Bow wench.
Wavelength wench. Wavelength wench. Wavelength wench. There we go. There's the fun. I don't know where James is. We're gonna let Donna continue to tell funny stories about James until he shows up, or at least responds.
Well, I'm not quite certain what is going on. I know that he was not in the office earlier, so we shall see.
Yeah,
I know that he was wanting to try to do this by phone, but we don't know. He was.
I saw on his page when I went to go send him a message.
Mm-hmm.
that he's doing. Was that today that he's doing a promotion with the guest in the store?
That's what.
That he is doing a promotion with a guest in his store. Let me just get the right name because I don't want to feel like an idiot and say the wrong name. To say hello to Jess at 24 West Main in Syracuse, right?
Yeah.
Syracuse, New York. And you get 10% off your entire purchase. Not just some of your purchase, not most of your purchase, your entire purchase.
Right.
So if you happen to be in the Syracuse area and you are in the market for some Empire CBD products, today would be the day.
Yeah.
Just go say hi to Jess and tell them that James sent you and get yourself your 10% off of your entire purchase.
Woohoo. Is that Vinny?
That is Vinny.
Hi, Vinny.
Saying, calling James Freedland. James Freedland.
Vinny has spoken up and calling dibs on the next Focus Feature Friday.
Feature Focus Friday?
Yes.
So that will be February 5th.
Let me look at my handy dandy notebook. It will
5th.
Yeah.
So you heard it here first. February 5th, we will be having Vincent Easley, Vin E, talking about his content creation that he is up to. But today we're looking for James Freedland.
Well, this is awkward. But in order to avoid the whole dead air and not just sit here and looking pretty.
Well, Donna does look pretty.
I was talking about you, Harry.
I am. Look pretty is.
We'll give let me see, they got the website. He had been discussing future plans about expansion. Expansion. So look forward to that. Let's see. Did I get any message? No. Well, we will patiently await and continue to wait. In the meantime, a message from our monster. Purr. Feed me more. See more.
Vince is saying that he wanted to say that JJ used to give away by the bucketful to many people in need.
Yes.
Which that's always a good thing.
He also interviewed Rick Simpson, and for many who don't know who Rick Simpson is, he's a fellow up in Canada who pretty much went on the medical lam.
Wait. I am waiting for my partner to come so I can leave. Delays. Thank you, Jay, for reaching out. So I don't know if you caught it, but we mentioned your promotion, and Vinny just mentioned how you used to give away to people in need. So there's that.
The Canna Kindness movement is what some might refer to as the kind of things that James has been doing for many years. And it's a beautiful thing when people advocate and support other people for making medical decisions that, they might have not been aware there were other options than going the big pharma route. I'm a perfect example of that. I mean, I knew there were other options because of people like James bringing attention to the story of Rick Simpson and his battle beating cancer through hemp. I mean, I might have mentioned briefly in passing in a few of these episodes that I suffer with epilepsy. I've suffered with it for since I was 9 years old, 9 years old, and severe, not just like a freak seizure here and like maybe a seizure a year down the road. No, this was like, in the dozens a day to the 100. It was really bad. And anybody that I was growing up with and going to school with knew my struggles. I was constantly either in the children's hospital or, in the nurse's office because, it was like a constant thing. We didn't know what the triggers were, like lights, overhead lights, will drop me. And we didn't know if anything was going to work. I mean, I became a guinea pig for the medical industrial complex pretty much against my consent or my will. And it was becoming a real problem. I didn't understand that, the nature of my seizures were refractory, meaning that they didn't know the cause, so they couldn't really pinpoint a way to address the cure or a way to curb the seizure activity. And I tried cannabis, and I found that it alleviated a lot of my pain and a lot of my problems. As far as being able to eat. And so, the doctors would tell me that, it would lower my threshold. But there were people out there that were very well educated in the understanding of hemp and CBDs. And it's only been a year since I've actually gotten some semblance of normalcy. So, I think people like James and bringing the story of Rick Simpson's struggle with his cancer and beating it to light, and Tori and everybody else in that Can of Kindness community. So
we are going to be going live from James in his truck.
Oh, sweet.
That's Grimm's.
Huh?
That's Grimm's wife, right?
Moose?
Circle?
No, that's Flash's wife. Hi,
Flash's
Circle.
Wife. Flash's wife. Didn't mean to give you away to Grimm. Sorry. Hi, Flash's wife.
She's the one that designed the sticker that's on my ukulele. The Woody Guthrie.
Okay.
This machine kills fascists. Thank you, Sark. And so he will be joining us via
his truck shortly.
Soon. So I didn't mean to get all sappy and emotional and sentimental, but it does, it means a lot to me because so much has, it's done a lot of miracles. I can't think of the right words. Less than a miracle. Now, what is this?
There you go. Now she's laughing again. I showed her a meme. I'm not going to show you guys the meme, but it's hilarious.
It is. It is.
I'll probably share it. So if you look on my page and you see something with that clip from Lord of the Rings where Legolas and what the hell's the dwarf's name? I forget. Gimli. Legolas and Gimli when they're on the wall talking about, never thought I'd see myself die next to an elf. That scene, except it's key to current events and hilarious.
It is.
So
bizarre world here.
Yeah. Yeah, this world is going insane. Like, I was planning on this whole podcast revolving around prior current events of like last week, and then this whole hedge fund thing happened, and I can't not talk about it. It's insane. Mainly because there are people who are like, oh, these people are wrong and those people are wrong, and to be fair, I'm not gonna give away my podcast. Sorry. I'm literally
teasers.
The teaser is that people made millions. You're bouncing in and out of the RLM chat, by the way.
Oh, am I? Oh, I know who. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I'm bouncing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
What's it called? So we might have. Nope.
My Wi-Fi's.
So like this whole thing happened, just in case you're not aware, and I can't imagine anyone's not aware. Some people on Reddit did what people in Wall Street, people in investment firms do every fucking day, yeah. And basically cost a bunch of Wall Street firms, I believe, as of first thing this morning, $70 billion, and they made that money. Well, if they sold, they made that money. And what have you.
A little dose of their own medicine.
And what we'll call and now like it's all in uproar, and the government wants to get involved, and that's generally the gist of what's going to be talked about on Tuesday, Uncomfortable Lies. So Moose, if you want to bark the show before it pops, there you go. That's what it's going to be about. I'm probably going to actually record it early. Probably try to record it on Sunday. And then this way it gives me, oh my God, it gives me a couple of days to edit. Having 2 or 3 days to edit gives me the best opportunity. And here's Vince giving a shout out to Circles and Moosies.
Hi, Miss. The beast.
When I say, listen, I took a nap and I'm kind of out of it, this is 999% of the time. Why? Because this is what she does. And I'm like,
some purrs, sweet nothings in his ear, and
I try to get her to pass out, so I go back to doing paperwork, because if I let her go, she gets really aggressive about the cover.
Yes.
Starts digs her claws into my shoulders and starts smashing her face into my face. Hi, how's it going?
Kind of like that.
Except it's more
violent.
It's definitely more. I'm definitely kitty raped. And then undoubtedly she will lay on my chest like this, and then that's the end of me, especially after a day of work and riding home. Hey, it looks like it's like a little bass guitar going on back here.
Ooh.
Right, like that.
It's destiny.
See? So look at that.
Oh. Cat little iPhone though. Just like a mom.
Hi, Chonk. Yeah, really? I'm waiting for the other one just to decide to jump up my back and like land on my shoulder. Start smacking her in the face. I think he's in the room.
He probably is. He's like that. So, but we've just been busy with all sorts of projects. But the cats, they enforce the naps and cuddles.
Yeah, they definitely want, you know, their time. They are not not flexible at all. Really?
We have a cat sling around here just for these reasons.
I think it's
so we can you know, be hands free and be able to do what we need to do.
Yeah.
Is the purpose of the sling. So, but somebody's a little too chonky to be carried around on my shoulder like that.
Why are you calling me fat?
I didn't call you fat.
You just said I'm fat.
Chonky.
I heard
Chonky.
you. Don't try petting me to get away with it.
Weight shaming my cat. I'm a terrible cat mom. But anyway, so shortly soon.
By the way,
James
dear
will
God, Kitty.
James Freedland will be joining us shortly soon.
It's James. It's on the J&J retailers, because that's the one that accepted my friend request. Actually, I can send the link over to Donna.
Send in a link.
And she can
send it to you. Wonder why I sing on everything.
There you go.
Oh, why is this dude
The
singing?
J&J.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm getting the link. I don't know why people try to send me messages when they know that I am on the air. I mean,
that's hang on. Stop! Don't move.
Did I send it to you? You sent me that one.
I did, because that definitely looks like a bigger link than I.
But hold on. Yeah, well.
All right. Anywho. That's like, click on my name. Go back to my
name. I don't know what you're talking about.
Go back to Facebook. Click on my little icon there on the side. Next to, there you go.
Sorry, James. I sent you like the wrong thing.
No, I think you sent him the instructions.
Oh.
which is good.
There you go. But that should be it.
But that's the link to us. If you fill out the little thing, it's just going to give you a little placard like this that has your name on it, and then we will be side by side. You can be right next to the kitty and Donna. Really?
Getting hijacked.
I'm needy right now. Oi.
I am going to here. Click on some things. Okay, on hold, he says. On hold. All right. Hi, guys. All right. I'm multitasking. I'm like everywhere. Okay.
Donuts everywhere.
Except for on YouTube. Hold on. Where am I? There I am. Aha. Okay.
Yeah, she's on YouTube too. I am not on anywhere. I'm under a cat.
Yes. You certainly are.
Unstoppable force. Ah, there we go. And there is Mr. JJ.
Okay, so what's going to happen? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
Clear. Yeah.
Well, my selfie cam on this phone don't work. So you're
Okay.
going to get, you're just going to get, hold on, let me try it. But I don't think it works. But we can do an interview without you seeing me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
we have audio.
I can flip it around, but I
that's
got it
all
right.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to drive. Pay attention to the road. All right, there he is, Mr. JJ.
James Freedland of
That's me, Mr. James Freedland.
Of J&J Retailers, Empire CBD, correct?
Yeah, my company is J&J Retailers, and we're partnered up with Empire CBD, who's a local company here, a local veteran-owned company, no less. Yeah, we're partnered up. I didn't forget about this interview, but I've been busy.
Oh yeah.
No, we
We're
understand.
opening up another store today, so I've been painting, trying to get it ready.
Awesome.
Wow, that is amazing.
Well, I mean, you already know that hemp has been kind of my passion for a minute.
Right.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that earlier. Vinny had mentioned that you were very generous with people in need and stuff like that, as far as cannabis is concerned,
and introducing a lot of people to the Rick Simpson story.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I haven't actually talked to Ricky in a few years, but he changed my life. I mean, a couple of in everybody's life, there's a few things that a few instances that have a real impact. So when I was about 30, my daughter was born, and that was a life-changing event. She made me want to become a better man. So I quit drinking, became a better father. But I'm going to say about maybe 12, 13 years ago, I met Ricky Simpson. And then Ricky changed my life forever. He made me want to be a better human. And I've been trying ever since. I give away whatever I can for free. Obviously, running a business, you can't really do that, but I do. I mean, I get my products at rock bottom prices, so I sell it. I'm always ready to give a deal, but on a personal basis, I never saw a bag of trim I didn't like, so I buy everything I can as cheap as possible, and I turn it into Ricky Simpson oil, and I give it to people free.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome.
It is a beautiful thing. There's so many people, hurting in this world that has, a lot of that harm has been done by the pharmaceutical industry. And so, when people can utilize a plant-based solution to their ills,
oh yeah.
Well,
hemp is the one plant that can house you, clothe you, and feed you. It's the most dynamic, purposeful plant on the planet. It's been around it's been used by humans for over 6,000 years. I like to tell people, listen, David likely used a sling made from hemp to slay Goliath in the story, as the story goes.
Right.
And cannabis oil new research shows that cannabis oil was used as an anointing oil And so here's what I say. Cannabis has never been, nobody, until recently, cannabis and hemp had never been feared. They found a Iceman, a caveman, well, a prehistoric man from human, like a early Homo sapien, frozen up there on Mount Kilimanjaro, I believe it was. And in his bag, he had hemp. He had cannabis, the cultivated flower, not in his medicine bag. I mean, hemp was the fiber used to make the cordage that held his bag together, but the medicine in his medicine with his sage and his other medicines was cannabis. So it's not something to fear, especially when, coming from our part of the country, cannabis has been traditionally grown here since the 1600s.
Right.
There's a
That's
lot of
correct.
towns around where I live that, have hemp right in the name, Hempstead and others,
Right.
because it was one of the major crops. And as you know, back in the early part of the 20th century, hemp had been uh, labeled or had been discussed on Time magazine as becoming, as probably going to be the next $1 billion crop. I mean, you're talking about in the 1920s, $1 billion crop, and that would have been hemp, as it's so useful. I mean, all canvas, all denim, rope, fine paper was made out of hemp. I mean, you name it. Right now, as we speak, there's 75,000 industrial uses. And
Um,
so when you look at 75,000 industrial uses, that's great for hemp. But in New York State, we're only allowed to sell the cannabinoids that are found in hemp, and the way they and so that's good enough. I mean, the cannabinoids found in your in nature uh, mimic the endocannabinoids in your body, and so what they do is they allow your body to produce more of the endocannabinoids that you need for proper body function, for homeostasis inside your body, for a balance, to reduce. I mean, and the truth is even without THC for as a psychoeffective or psychoactive effect, um, full spectrum CBD tinctures, uh, studies show work really well with treatment in overcoming PTSD and retraining your brain that things aren't dangerous, that the things that cause anxiety and panic attacks really aren't dangerous. It reduces the inflammation throughout your body. It reduces the amount of excitatory neurochemicals that your brain releases. There's a part of your brain called the amygdala, and the amygdala is the part of the brain that takes in all your sensory uh, and labels everything that you see, hear, smell, and touch before it even reaches your cerebral cortex. It labels it good, bad, harmful, helpful, and so if you want to think of it as a horse in a buggy, you're a driver and you have the reins, but when the amygdala goes crazy, goes haywire, what happens is it just labels things bad, and it what it does is releases what's called excitatory neurochemicals in your brain, and that causes you to panic. It causes your pupils to dilate. It causes your heart rate to rise. Um, and with CBD, you can retrain the amygdala. You can get the brains back. Basically, with PTSD and high anxiety and other forms of panic and paranoia, you're basically just you're a reinless a riderless or a reinless horse and buggy. So PTSD or so CBD, all the cannabinoids which have an entourage effect, meaning they all work better with each other. With therapy, is a proven has proven effects or a proven ability to help somebody retrain that part of their brain to label things that are non-harmful as non-harmful. And when you reduce all the excitable neurochemicals, what you're doing is removing a lot, or you're reducing the inflammation in your blood cells, in your organs, in your muscle tissue, um, and you're going to find wellness. And so even if you don't have Ricky Simpson oil to cure a disease, you can still be well. You can still feel well, and you can still get a serious relief, verifiable relief. So that's why I'm in it. I'm in it to help as many people as I can. Try to stay afloat.
Hmm.
It's the middle of COVID. It's not the perfect time to try to start businesses, but it's when people need the help the most.
Right.
So,
Right.
I
Um,
had a construction business pre-COVID, and I just couldn't bring myself most of my clients are elderly, and I really went under. I didn't go bankrupt, but it cost me more to work than I was making. I'll put it that way. And this is giving me a way to give back a little bit.
Right.
we actually have a question from Vinny. He said to ask about the kid on the bus who gave his new shoes away.
That story.
Yeah, Vinny.
Yeah, it's actually kind of an inspiring story. So I met Vinny on a Greyhound bus on a trip out west, and it was a ride. I mean, it was an event. And when you get on a bus, especially cross country, um, after a couple of days, it almost becomes a way of life. You know what I mean? You forget
Hmm.
that you have a home and a bed. Your life is trying to wait for a layover or wait for a bus. Well, anyways, we had, I mean, we had a couple of fistfights on this bus. So it was kind of out of control bus. Um, this was kind of early in my career when I was first starting out in radio, doing radio. And so you really just couldn't shut me up. And so we spent the bus talking about the New World Order, shit like that, pardon my language. Uh, well, we were somewhere in the desert, and there was this kid, uh, and he wasn't, I'm not going to say he was on the spectrum, but he was probably on the spectrum, so to speak. And he had the smelliest freaking feet. And we'd gotten out. There's no colder place than the high plateau desert at night.
Right.
Our bus had broke down. Oh no, 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 no! I'm mixing up a bunch of stories. Anyways, there was this. There was a black. There was the white kid who was kind of you know a less educated kid. One of them. He was actually a braggart. He talked the whole time, and he had made a lot of people angry. But it was obvious that he didn't have anything, and he was just trying to get across the country with his girlfriend. So I can't remember feet. His feet were so bad he, that he got the great idea to just throw away his shoes. And he didn't have any shoes or socks, and you would have just figured he was a little gangster thug. And I mean, we had gotten to know him a little bit, but so of all the people that came to this guy's aid, was this young black kid, and the only thing he had was a pair of Air Jordans, like $150 pair of sneakers,
Oh wow.
and he gave it to him, and he didn't want anything in return. He didn't want to be patted on the back. It was really touching, actually. I mean, it's been quite a few years, and I'm probably forgetting a lot of the details, but I'll remember that for probably the rest of my life. That was a true act of kindness, of generosity. Somebody who didn't have much either. It's funny how people that ain't got much are usually the most giving.
Right. I've noticed that.
So that's the
Because
story,
what
kind of
it's
in a nutshell.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Vinny could probably tell the story better.
Yeah,
He definitely tells some, yeah.
he definitely tells some stories.
Well,
But that's it.
I
His
mean,
show is next week.
he does it very well.
He's actually coming live with us next week on Future Focus Friday.
Yeah.
Is he? Well, I look forward to listening to it.
Yeah.
Vinny's a great guy.
Yes.
I've known
Yes.
him ever since. We became friends on the bus with each other. He still impacts my life, and I like to think maybe I still impact his life. You know, of all the, I haven't really been in, you know, the quote unquote movement in a while, but one of the lessons I learned being in this movement was that uh, if you force people to learn to live without you, then they will. And so it come to the point where a lot of people, friends and family, learn to live without me, and I decided to fix that. So I've spent the last few years. I mean, I did fall pretty deep into the right wing, and I had to extricate myself from that. And I tried to do it tactfully, but I'm not a very tactful person. And
I hear you there.
so now I'm just trying to get back to society in another way. I mean, I'm opening this store literally in a town that 35 years ago I was banned from entering.
Wow.
I would be arrested for trespassing on site if I was seen in Marcellus.
Wow. That's how things come full circle. It's,
Yeah,
you
isn't it indeed? I mean, and I was a menace. I mean, I was a young kid living on the streets, really, an alcoholic. I really didn't get start getting my act together till I was 30, till I quit drinking, and really, uh, they let me back in town.
somebody keeps trying to get on the computer.
And they let me over, but everything we do is legit. We sell health or wellness, not health. We're not allowed to make any health claims. But what we do have is Delta 8 THC, which is still legal, which is actually a pretty cool product. Delta 8 THC is similar to Delta 9 THC, which is the controlled substance. When you break down cannabis, the controlled substance is Delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol. Delta 8 tetrahydrocannabinol is a substance that's found in a lot less of a percentage than Delta 9. It's about 60 to 70% as psychoactive as Delta 9, but it doesn't, it has one less carbon atom than Delta 9, and the covalent bond on the molecule is in a different spot. So it affects the receptors, the CB1, CB2 receptors, just a little bit differently. It doesn't cause the paranoia and anxiety that's associated with, you know, not chronic users like me. I mean, I haven't gotten paranoid smoking a joint, and golly, I couldn't even remember. But it's a big problem for some people, and it's the reason that they don't use it as medicine. Now, because it is medicine, all right? I mean, forever it's been used for glaucoma, but as far as anxiety, I mean, it is a reuptake inhibitor, but it's a natural reuptake inhibitor that doesn't require chemistry. You can eat the freaking plant, man, and receive its benefits. So
Yeah,
Delta 8
absolutely.
is a good alternative to be able to get, if you're not worried about urine tests. There are some people that are, and we offer completely THC free, uh, full spectrum or isolates even that have zero THC and just a certain amount of cannabinoids, definitely high in cannabinol. But Delta 8 is the closest thing to get into, real medicine. You need the THC. I mean, a lot of people don't like the THC. They don't like being high. But if you're ill,
Right.
I mean, if you're really ill, there aren't a lot of options other than chemo, radiation. So Delta 8 does offer up a lot, and the research is starting to come in. I mean, it wasn't even until 2018 Farm Bill that it was even possible to get low THC plant material to do any kind of research. The only way to
Right.
get money or grants to research was if you were going to try to prove that marijuana killed
Was
brain
bad.
cells and caused
Right.
men to rape women and shit like that.
Yeah, I actually have a little bit of a story. When I came down to Florida, it was because my father was sick. He was like 6 months to live type of sick, stage 4. And that's when he called
Right.
me and was like, hey, I'm going to need some help. So I come down here and now through conventional methods, he actually went into remission. And he stuck around for a few years, and then it came back. And when it came back, at that point in time, because I am who I am as a person, there was some greenery going on. And
Right.
what I would do is I would take the clippings and actually harvest the keef off of it and stuff like that. And I ended up when he relapsed into cancer, I had actually started giving him, food specifically
Right.
that made him hungrier, to make him eat more, because that was his biggest
Right.
challenge. Because that's one of the big
Yeah,
things
that's
that
another one of the huge benefits of cannabis as a medicine. Give your appetite back. Even if you're going to chemo, it's one of the things that can help you eat.
yeah.
It can help remove the fucking radiation from your body. I'm sorry, I keep swearing.
That's all right.
What
Oh,
Trust me, don't worry.
we did radio together, remember?
Yeah, I know. But I don't have a cough button.
Bombing with the F-bombs.
Just I do clean up. I do clean up my speech a lot, like since I've left New York. But you have to remember, I am from the city. I use
Right,
fuck like a
right.
German.
I'll use it as an adjective or a unit of measurement.
Right.
But yeah, like
Yeah,
there's plenty of accounts. I mean, it's insane how many accounts. And granted, they're not official scientific studies, but like you said, the
some of
official
them are.
story was
Like there aren't
right. Some of them
studies
are
now.
but prior
Starting to come out
it
the
was.
cat's out of the bag. Yeah, you're right. Prior to recently.
Prior to that, it was if you weren't proving cannabis to be dangerous, then you weren't getting any funding. Sort of like how Gatorade only funds research that says Gatorade is good, and that's supposed to be okay. It's the same tactic.
Right.
Yeah, it has electrolytes. It's what plants crave.
Let's
Right?
get rid of say Brondo. This has been brought to you by Brondo.
Brondo. It's what plants crave. But anywho, seriously, like the work that you're doing, it's amazing, and that's sort of like what we're all about here at the network. It's about trying to help people get awareness out to other people's businesses and stuff like that. So
Well, I've been knowing Donna D-Van, as I put the other day, better than a decade now, huh, Donna?
Yeah. We first started doing
So I know
radio.
she cares about people. She has empathy.
It's
I believe that.
It's more than ever now, it's needed, And
Yeah.
we just seen with the banding together of people taking on hedge funds. There is a
Yeah, I
spirit of
was never a
unity.
big fan of GameStop. They're like a pre-Cambrian business model. But I love watching a hedge fund fail.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that
saying?
was hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people
Well, and
can work
that also
together.
lets you know that there are a lot of psyops out there. Like everybody thought that what do you call it? Robin Hood was there for the little guy.
Lo and behold.
Robin Hood came to the rescue of the hedge funds yesterday.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm getting it wrong. I haven't.
No, that's pretty accurate.
That's pretty spot on.
That's pretty accurate.
They showed their true colors and proved themselves.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Steal from the poor, give to the rich. I think you got that backwards. But that just shows that there is a spirit of community and pulling together when something matters.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you there? Oh.
Hang on. You accidentally muted yourself.
Hello.
Okay, how's that?
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, uh-oh, do we have a connection issue?
I've done I've done 15 minutes of radio with my cough button on. And it's always your best shit. You know what I'm saying? You always get on. You're like, oh man, and it was muted. And now you feel like you're trying to like say the same thing over and try to get.
And you can never get that vibe. Yeah. I actually did a whole busking podcast with my bass off. I was like, I go and I put the headphones on. I'm like, oh crap!
Man.
Let me turn this up.
Oh man, production in fund. I tell you, it's never ending. Moose Girl.
Well, small operations, we always have to do our own production. So
yeah. DIY, it's the really truest form of punk rock, man. Entrepreneurs, they do it.
But I'm gonna start doing. Once I get things running. Yeah, once I get things running smooth here, I'll
it's this connection. It's either that or it's his phone processor.
I'll start doing a more regular, maybe podcast or something. I don't know. I haven't decided.
Well, I
gotta get things running smooth,
right?
Where I can have, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of want to have get back an online presence and be an activist, a hemp activist again.
Right.
You're gonna tell him about that active space?
Huh?
You're gonna tell him about that active space? About how you're working on getting it up for publishing radio?
Oh, yeah. He's typing. I was like, I think your connection is getting all trouble there. But yeah, I think he was saying that he's planning on coming back into doing a podcast and
Back on.
Oh no, squirrels.
Space Squirrels. It does sound like Space Squirrels.
Hold on.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Can you hear me again?
We can hear you.
Hold on.
Hold on.
All right.
There we go.
But there's still some
My
squirrels.
light pop back in now.
Oh, it's feedback.
Maybe. But we didn't.
Can you
get
hear me?
feedback. Yes,
Yeah,
we can
now.
hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, better now.
Okay. Sorry about that.
That's
That's
okay.
all right. It happens. You know, you're on the move. It's kind of expected that you're going to have connectivity
Space Squirrels.
and space squirrels.
Yeah,
apparently.
but we should be good.
Kind of afraid of squirrels.
Space Worlds. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, that's what we just said. Space squirrels.
I'm always on the lookout for Space Worlds. You can never be too careful. Some cheeky bastards.
Cheeky bastards.
So, how long have you been doing this?
Well, this in particular, we started.
2 months ago.
We started the network up itself in September, and then
Yeah.
we started launching the videos with like the beginning of November. So it's been like almost three months now.
Yeah.
That we've been doing this. And initially we were like
Cool.
kind of scatterbrained. We didn't have like a plan initially, and then it sort of just like formed. Oh, we need to like, instead of just sitting here and bullshitting about anything, we need to like have a schedule so we know what we're talking about and people can actually like come to expect certain things on certain days. And this was
Yeah, that's why I have held off. But I'm gonna do a regular podcast. I keep wanting to say a 420 at 420 every day because I'm at the store at 420.
Nice.
But I don't want to do it every day.
Well, Donna is putting together didactic spaces. She's working on getting it to the point where it can actually host podcasts. So
We'll even do a live stream broadcast as well.
Right.
And
Right.
hopefully can stream some of those over simulcast with
I'm
RLM
a
there.
lot kind of guy. So I mean, I'm not a big fan of pre-recording my shit. I like to be live.
Yeah, me either. Because I just hate really doing a lot of.
But I can do both.
well,
I can definitely do both.
yeah, generally like this stuff it's recorded as
we
we're
just
doing it live.
Yeah.
So like people actually watch it on the rerun.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Actually more
Also,
I get traction after the fact on a lot of the things, especially like the Thursday stuff, because it's like market theory stuff to try and help people market their ideas better and stuff like that. Not stock market theory. That obviously is all voodoo.
Like branding and web presence and stuff of
I
that
understand
nature.
marketing. I'm familiar with marketing. I have a website. You can just Google Empire CBD. My personal location is on there yet, but we have 3 other locations. We'll have 5 here soon, but you can order from our website. We do have wholesaling prices. We source all of them that will bring you right to the lab results. We track our oil, our crude, right back to the source, so that you'll know where it's coming from. That it's coming from hemp, not marijuana. That's a big thing or a big deal for a lot of people. Because
I have it. I have a website posted up on
cannabis culture for
I
decades.
put it up there.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah, we I posted it up on the video itself. The link that's right down here, that's Empire CBD. That would be Jay.
Yeah, that would be us. Did I just mute myself again? No, I'm still on here. I'm having radio problems. Well, I've been on. Are you still there?
Yeah,
we're still here.
Still live?
Yes,
Yep.
we are.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay, so I'd be happy to come on the show again. Today was kind of
Anytime.
a mess. I didn't realize you sent me a friend request.
Yeah. It's all right. It happens, dude.
So next time I'll be a little more punctual.
It's completely fine, man.
Yeah,
we're easy like Sunday morning.
Had to bring my
Man,
cat.
me too.
Now I hear. But yeah, thank you for joining us because this is actually, I love you. You know that you're my brother from another mother, and
We go back a bit.
yeah, we do, and it's a small world. When I started,
Well, the movement that we're in was a lot of things, but I have definitely met people that I'll know the rest of my life, including Vincent. I'll know him the rest of my life, and I hope that other people will value my friendship as much as I mean, because we're talking about people we've never really ever met. We just know each other from. So it's special to have a bond like that.
yeah,
And to have it real, to be a real thing. You know what I'm saying?
I was talking to Vinny the other
Regardless
day.
of the bad.
He's always
Say that again.
saying that it was your fault that he's in radio.
Oh yeah, he likes to tell people that. I'll take credit for it. Vinny's got love in his heart.
He does, and it's a beautiful thing, especially a lot of his work. Is geared towards standing in the gap and bringing a lot of truth out in a matter. So it's a beautiful thing that
Vinny
we all
could
know
kill
each
somebody
other
on
like this. And
Fifth Avenue, sorry, if Vincent could kill somebody on Fifth Avenue, and I'd still love him.
But
Yeah, Vincent would definitely be a guy that I'll be proud to know the rest of my life. We kind of hit it off. He knows a couple of my other friends. I've run into Vincent down in Tennessee. I've run into him in some of the weirdest places. So you never know where you're going to see old Vincent Isley.
Right.
Easily.
He's calling me from Dan in Tennessee. From Dan. Oh, do you know him? We know all these people.
I've met quite a few people from the. I mean, I'm not ashamed that I was a chatter. I spent half my I spent a half a decade or a better part of a decade in chat rooms, meeting people, learning how to become a better. I guess I learned how to become more empathetic. I learned how to actually. I mean, it's easy to say that. Yeah, I understand, but you can't really walk a mile in someone else's shoes. So it takes effort to to force yourself to have empathy, to really think, wow. So that's one of the things I learned in this movement, and I'm going to be in the hemp part of the movement for the rest of my life. I'm going to have a line. We're going to have T-shirts, and I would really like to get together. I have a friend down in Pennsylvania. You guys can find him on the internet. His name is Sean. But he has a company called Hempsels, and he sells products made of hemp, and he's been doing it for quite a while. He sources his hemp locally, and he hires local bakers to make pretzels, soft pretzels, dough, and sauces, mustards, and he was an inspiration to me because he was a guy that said, if you want to be, if you want it to be, you gotta make it be. Because talking about something like that that's been so taboo for so long, uh, is
Right.
difficult, and nobody's really ready to just jump on board. So you got to show them how that there's nothing to fear,
Right.
that it isn't anything to be afraid of, and it never was. So that's where
The,
we're at, and the research is starting to come out there. There are more and more. Already the FDA has licensed and approved a synthetic cannabinol for a couple of certain kinds of pediatric epilepsy. And I work with several people. I've been helping to control seizures with Ricky Simpson oil for a long time now. It's not a miracle because you have to use it and then you have to kind of try to change your lifestyle. Um, I mean, people think, well, I didn't get anything from it, like in regards to pain, and they like ate gummy. Well, first you have to even with Ricky Simpson oil, um, it doesn't start working on your disease until you've had it built up into your system for weeks, and then
right.
if you can get 60 to 90 grams of oil in you in 3 months, you have a good chance of beating whatever it is. And then being able to get yourself down on just what maintenance does after that. Um, but a lot of the unsuccess stories I hear, people that actually just aren't following the instructions or aren't. I mean, because it's not like opium where or Loratab where you pop one and for a little while your wrist doesn't hurt. It's a buildup of the homeostasis of the balance, and that's a real word. That's not just some
Right.
mambo jumbo, some hippie shit. That's a real word. It's a real medical term, and it means balance basically. And that's what the inside of your body, your organs, your the chemicals, are always striving for uh, balance, homeostasis, and CBD helps. That helps immensely, but you have to let it build up over time. You have to build it up into your system, store it in your fat cells. Um, and even, I mean, just to reinforce how non-threatening, how non-dangerous hemp and cannabis are. I mean, it was research it was an Israeli researcher in Israel researching uh, uh, gosh, I'm saying a lot. That's driving me nuts. So, uh, seized hashish, and this was in the 70s. And his research unveiled or revealed an entire system, the endocannabinoid system, which is one of the major systems, the most important system in your body. The CB1, CB2 receptors are attached to everything, to all your organs, to your skin. It's in your blood, and the signals that are sent by these receptors go to the nucleus of the cell. So it's not. I mean, unlike like a lot of the cancer treatments, and they're even the studies are even the actual non-anecdotal studies are starting to come in that even just CBD alone has an effect on cancer, certain kind of cancers, But you know me, Donna, I'm all in. I'm Ricky Simpson, all in. When I asked him let's talk about what it can't help with, or all the things it can help with, we came to the conclusion that it would be easier to make a list of things that it doesn't affect.
Right.
Small.
Exactly. And,
You know what I'm saying?
being, hearing, Rick Simpson's story and Phoenix Tears and just, your activism alone was a catalyst of getting me out of Indiana, where what's actually saving my life is still illegal. So
Yeah.
people are like, how can you just up and move? Well, I had no choice. This was my life.
Sometimes you have
Also, Indiana sucks.
It does. Sorry, guys. Back
There's that
home,
too.
but but it does. But I mean, it was what inspired me to pick up and sell everything of mine after my mom passed away and head out west to greener pastures.
Well, sometimes you have to make tough choices in life, and I mean, as much as you like to think that that's something you can't do, I mean, you're living proof.
Yeah, I am. It was quite the difference. As soon as I got off the big pharma medication that they had me on after my brain injury, I had gained close to 200 pounds. I was teetering 200 pounds off of just Keppra and Vimpat, and then they had me on Lactamol, which I ended up having a allergic reaction, and it wasn't good. It wasn't healthy, and it is quite the difference. So, did we lose you? Are you there?
Hey James, we don't seem to have you anymore. Stand by for these technical difficulties.
I'm just I'm really happy that JJ has joined us this evening and able to discuss the hemp industry and activism and advocacy and everything that's involved. I mean, it's not just a money making thing for him. It's his way of life of educating people and being human in a inhumane world.
Also, speaking of which, Moose had said that she was looking for a community, and I explained to her that the network is a community because we're live on the network, and I gave her the link to the live on the network so she could see it on Facebook. Just in case. So we may be adding to the family.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us,
Lucy.
Well, it looks like we accidentally lost James.
It looks like James lost connection.
Yeah,
it probably is.
Yeah. But that was a great interview.
That was an outstanding interview. Thank you, James. We
so
greatly
much.
Appreciate it. And she accepted the friend request.
Woohoo!
And she likes the network. So that's always a great
thing. You, Moose.
Thank you, Moose, for joining us on the network. And I'm hoping we'll get many more people involved in the network, generating just as. Oh, that's me. That's you. That's you. Just as this little thing here says, I stole this tagline, by the way, from Mike Shanklin. If anyone knows,
Shanklin.
If anyone knows Shanky Mike Shanklin, I stole this from him because he's not really about peace, freedom, and prosperity anymore. I don't know what happened to him, but he fell off the wagon. He kind of fell off the wagon big time, and since then we don't really talk anymore. I'm still oddly enough Facebook friends with his wife, which is weird, but whatever.
Oh, she's a sweet lady.
She is. Cheryl's a nice person. I don't know
She
what
is.
happened to Mike. Maybe someone needs to punch him in the dick. If you happen to live around Mike in North Carolina, or South Carolina, one of the Carolinas, just walk up to him and say, "Hey, Harry said hi, and by the way,"
Bangkok.
and yeah, I kind of like took this from him because he used to run Peace, Freedom, Prosperity Network, and that fell to the wayside when he decided he didn't want to do internet radio anymore. And then what do we call it? And then it was just sitting there, floating around in space doing nothing.
I still have the banner.
So I decided that I would actually really advocate for peace, freedom, and prosperity with the network, meaning that prosperity first. If everybody is taken care of and everybody is doing well, peace and freedom become a very easy thing to achieve. The problem is getting everybody in the good spot, and that's and this year, well, this past year has shown us that we can't really rely on the old machinations anymore.
Right.
And that's what the network's really about.
More mutual aid.
Yeah, definitely.
This is the spirit of mutual aid.
Yeah,
Very
community, adopted family, I guess you could say, and just when you see somebody going down, help them out. I'm an old metalhead, and that's one of the biggest things from was it the Rain and Blood tour? Mind you, Slayer, Rain and Blood. Here's the lead singer, Tommy Araya, up there on stage telling everybody, if you see somebody going down, help them out, pick them up, help them out. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help each other out. And that has stuck with me for a very, 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 I'm an old guy, long time. So, needless to say, that's what we're about. We're about getting everybody up to the point where seeking peace, seeking to be at peace, and seeking freedom become an obvious maneuver. It's no longer how are we going to pay for this? Well, obviously we're just going to pay for it because we're all doing okay and we can do that. That's
nobody
that's
has to hold each other at gunpoint by the state,
because everybody's doing all right, so no one wants to point the gun at other people.
Right.
Also,
fast as fuck.
Anyway, also, I just wanted to also say that when he was on, he was talking about how up until like the 1900s, hemp was like a major crop in the U.S. I think Bill Hicks said it best, or was it? Who's the one? Oh, it was Bill Hicks. If your rights don't include what you want to put, doing whatever you want with your own body, then the Declaration of Independence wasn't worth the hemp paper it was printed on. So, there's that. The fact of the matter is that the founding of this country, the major cash crop was hemp. It's the textile industry was what gave the financial backing ability to secede from European control. So, I mean, there's that.
You have that whole history with DuPont.
Yeah, then there's all that, but we don't want.
No,
we're not going to talk about that. We've been on for like an hour and 20 minutes. Holy shit!
But it was.
It was informative. It was great. Yeah. It was an amazing interview, and I can't wait to see James again. Yeah, maybe possibly
I love
he can be at like a stable location so we can
Yeah.
Not have space squirrels attacking his connection.
Oh, man.
So there's that. Next week, Vinny on February 5th is going to be with us talking about his content. I believe he's looking to getting back into radio. So.
Yeah, he is. He is talking about doing the old radio gig again. He will be talking about his previous stints in radio and the cases that he's been, speaking out about.
Right.
So.
And eventually we will have James Freedland back. So
Yes.
there's that. He expressed desire. If anybody out there wants to get on the calendar, and I guess if we start getting enough guests where I have to actually have a calendar, I love to have that problem.
Yes,
I really would.
Yes.
Or if we have enough guests that we have to actually incorporate another broadcast where we have to do like 2 a week or something like that, we'll figure it out. I can always do what we did this week with Jake Shannon and Thales Coaching and James Freedland, where we had
And Tori.
well and Tori.
Yeah.
But the main impetus for that was
for
that
this
James
month, yeah.
that Jake couldn't make it on Friday, so we pushed it so that we had him on Monday, and then we did our Monday content in conjunction with our Tuesday content on Tuesday, and then we had
We're flexible.
Yeah,
we can contort.
Yeah, we're flexible, like Eastern European gymnasts.
I'm wearing a skirt. I shouldn't.
yeah, that'll get us banned from Facebook. We should do that.
That's for the fans only.
Yeah, that's for the OnlyFans.
There is no OnlyFans, guys. I'm just saying.
There is OnlyFans. I have one.
He has one.
It's kilts only.
It is. Well, yeah, this has been a great show episode. So thank you, everybody.
That's
the American Dissonance.
That's Vince Easley from 2:12 to 5:21.
Ah, okay. Yes.
Okay, so but you're going to talk about that on Friday.
Right.
All right. Friday. Vince Easley talking about American Dissonance. All right. So there you go. There's your teaser right there. Yeah. Thanks everybody for coming by. I greatly appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always hit the subscribe, and you'll get notifications whenever we go live. We do it 5 days a week at 5:30, and then at 8 o'clock, 3 days a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I sit here and I play music, so you can just ignore that if you want, or you can come and watch. And also, every Tuesday, I have Comfortable Lies out.
Yes.
I'm still trying to get Donna to do stuff online, but she's real shy. But we're getting there. She's actually sitting here as opposed to hiding in the corner. So there's that
like I used to.
progress, right? And then, there's that. But I have to make dinner, and I'm really hungry. And I didn't take anything out.
Oh no!
So it's going to be salad.
Oh, that's
vegetarian
no
dinner
problem.
today.
That's awesome, though.
And I don't have to hit you with a bass riff because I already have a bass riff. It's already right here. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. I will see you for the network on Monday and tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for Bard and Buskers.